Okay, so here I am, raw in my jammies, sitting in bed. I've been doing program edits till since this morning, 6. Tawny and I, Mrs. Bruno helped us. We did some basket wrapping last night at E-Free, and some things are coming together. And I realized I hadn't kind of communicated. I haven't communicated a lot of things because everything happened so fast and furiously. But I did want to just tell you something that happened that shifted one of the things we're doing tomorrow night. So when I went to Virginia over spring break to do a training, it was rural Virginia. I mean, there were chickens running around, and it was a Head Start training. And as I got into it, I thought, this is a really small county, a small area. There were only 24 children in the early Head Start program. So it was 3 classrooms. And I thought, how did they get kinder music? Like, how did they get it in their budget? Or, I mean, Head Starts have money when they have a passion, or, they have funding when, but like any other not-for-profit, they have to shift things around. So anyway, I figured out that the director or the assistant director of the program was taking her grandson to, I think she has a young daughter, mommy, and she was taking her grandson to a core studio in Tennessee, not too far from where I was in Virginia. And she just was blown away by the studio teacher and all that she was learning about what music could do. And so she got kind of on fire and got a passion, and came back to her director at Head Start and said, we have to get this for our kids, these are early Head Start kids. And so she made it work, and she spent a lot of money, budgeted a lot of money in their budget to make it work. So they have to purchase all the instruments for their classrooms. It comes with a significant training piece because the ultimate goal, well, in this case, their teachers are going to teach it. And while at first that was kind of hard for me to understand, when I started doing these trainings, it's become, I'm really passionate about it, because if these teachers are on the floor doing kinder music every week with the kids, and they're learning the monthly songs rather than just somebody coming in and doing it, they're knowing it, and a significant part of the training is, how do you use these little snippets of music throughout the day, like when you transition to eating time, when you transition to lining up at the door, when you're getting to nap time or quiet rest time, how do you use it, and how is it powerful? And we talk to them about, what happens in the brain when kids are in stress, when they're in the trunk of their brains and can't function because they come from stressful homes. Anyway, I'm sorry, tired. This one teacher came up to me after the training and she said, I was ready to quit. The last 2 weeks have been the hardest 2 weeks of my life, and I thought I wasn't a good teacher, and I want to help these kids, and I have so many new tricks and tools in my bag now. I can't wait to go in the classroom on Monday. So when I left there on the plane, I thought, I've been working with Head Start here for a year and a half, and they just don't have the vision for it. Years ago, we had a possibility to sell kinder music, but we didn't have any special pricing. There wasn't kinder music at schools. And so I was just trying to sell our physical home materials and our teaching services. And so they have the idea, or somebody, the director there has the idea, it's too expensive. We could never provide it for all our kids. And they can, but they needed just to understand it and believe it. So on the plane home, I thought, I don't care. We got to do it. Like Kinder Music was saying, go to Head Start because they have funding. You can sell it. Well, you can't sell it if they don't have the belief in their heart. So I just thought, you know what? These are kids in our community that need it so much. And so I just thought we got to make it happen. So that's why I shifted our fund to need, our paddle raise. I really wanted to believe if we were going to ask significant money from people, I wanted to believe in what we were doing, and that could go directly to a cause. So, and we have some funding now for some of those home materials that we raised that money for before. So anyway, I quickly got ahead of Head Start and I said, what if we fund it? Can we come in? What if we pay for it and do a pilot at least in at least 2 classrooms for the school year? And so they had to run it by people and they got back to us and they said yes. And so I can throw in the training myself because Kindermusik sells them a big training package that includes typically a trainer's fees and expenses and all that stuff, which we wouldn't have. My idea is that I, or maybe Angela has a real passion for it, will go in there and do it, partner with them initially to do it with the idea of stepping back and letting them take the runs, and the idea of making it eventually broader to reach the the Head Start kids, which are, there's 400 in this county, in Heartland Head Start, 400 kids. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that before Saturday night. I wanted to give a message, but obviously I don't want this one going public. So but I wanted you guys to know it. So I love you guys. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for doing everything so well this week without any input from me. We'll give your volunteer assignments out tomorrow. We are going to ask you to, volunteer if you're coming with your husbands. We've tried to just give you, a shorter job, but we did have less committee volunteers this year because many of them were new and they just wanted to come with their husbands and were excited about that. So we wanted them to be able to do that too. So anyway, thank you guys, and can't wait for Saturday. Well, pray for sunshine and not too much rain, and the cold to wait and move in on Sunday so that we can not have some worries. We'll have more space if we can open the door, and there's just, we don't have to walk through squishy lawns. So off to my day. Bye.